It's time for The Scribble, your weekly fix of celebrity chats, bizarre stories in the news, and basic random chatter with best-selling author and syndicated radio host Jeremy Bradley. Make sure your seat is in the upright and locked position and your barf bag is securely in place. Here's Jeremy Bradley.
Thank you very much, Larson. Jeremy Bradley here. This is The Scribble. English is a weird language. It's stupid, really, when you think about it. And I didn't realize this until... Okay, let me back up. If English is your first language and you've spoken it, you've been around it your entire life, you don't realize it's just a massive, convoluted contradiction of things, right? Like, why do some words that have the same ending rhyme and then some don't? Dough and cough and tough, right? There's a bunch of them. And so, again, those aren't things that they're not things that you think about when you're using the language. You just, when you're in school and you're taught rhymes, well, okay, maybe the teachers don't throw those ones at you, and maybe those smart kids, like I kind of was, who would then question. And then, of course, the teacher doesn't have an explanation, which, you're kind of like, well, then maybe I don't believe you because you don't know, and teachers are supposed to know everything. Well, I mean, teachers didn't make the language, so it's not up to them. So I was in this position probably, well, how long have I known my husband? Almost 10 years. And, he's Brazilian, so Portuguese is his first language. He knew English when he would email into our radio show back in the day. That's how we connected. And so it was obvious that this is somebody who kind of knows English, but kind of doesn't. But once we started to have actual video conversations, we'd gone emailing back and forth through the show for however long, and then we connected on a personal level. And so it wasn't until I actually started... I was going to say dealing with him. Well, that's kind of what it was, interacting with him. Like, he would ask me things like, what's the difference between a cabinet and a cupboard? Oh, cabinets are in the kitchen, and then a cupboard is in the kitchen, and a cabinet is, in another room. It's in a hallway. It's in your, I didn't have an answer for that. And so here I am, a best-selling author, majored in journalism and communications in school. I'm the one who's always correcting people's English, and then I get stumped with a basic question like that. What's the difference between a cupboard and a cabinet? I don't know. The size, the handle. I really didn't know. Now there is a dictionary definition, but you get what I'm saying though. Is we have a lot of words that are interchangeable. Another one that he just didn't understand why we have so many words that mean the same thing. Dinner, supper. There's just kind of things. It's like, well, why do we have the two of them? And can they be interchanged? In that instance, they can, right? So anyway, this. The theme, the topic of the show this week came about because somebody said to me, and I hate phrases and whimsical, everything happens for a reason. And normally we're told that when something bad happens or something good happens, right? Like there's either a positive or a negative. Well, everything happens for a reason. And when you break that down, duh, right? I'm going to step into traffic and I'm going to get hit by a car. Well, everything happens for a reason. Yes, I stepped into traffic. I got hit by a car. Wait a second. My TV just went on when I pressed this button. Everything happens for a reason. You press the button, the TV goes on. So we have so many of these different phrases that when people use them, right, to sound either intellectual or just even philosophical. Well, I mean, not philosophical. Well, yeah, even then, right? And we throw them around, right? He wears his heart on his sleeve. What the fuck does that even mean? What does it even mean? But again, if English is your first language, you just kind of know, right, that it means that he wears on his sleeve, that he's very vulnerable, he's very open with his feelings and emotions, and he's sensitive or whatever. However you want, people could use it for a number of different in a number of different ways. So that's what we're talking about on the show this week: English and how it's just so goddamn stupid that I almost don't want to speak it. I almost don't want to even use it. I don't want to certainly have to explain it to anybody anymore. But that's the topic of the show on the Scribble right after this.
Isn't it crazy that you wait for payday, but before you know it, you're strapped for cash again? It's time to stop blowing your money and become a smart spender with the book, The Official Guide to Being an American Cheapskate at cheapskatebook.com. Learn simple ways to cut costs at home every day and during special times of the year. Don't go broke at Christmas. Don't remortgage the house for a fancy vacation. The book is filled with tips to save you money throughout the year. Check out the best-selling book, The Official Guide to Being an American Cheapskate at cheapskatebook.com or on Amazon and iTunes.
Ever had something to get off your chest but never had the balls to say it? That's a load of crap. Speak Free with JB.com is exactly what you've been waiting for. Your chance to tell it like it is and not care what anybody else thinks. Have your say on issues of the day. Join newspaper and radio columnist Jeremy Bradley as he tells it like it is. Hundreds of thousands of people have stopped by, including some well-known celebrities who have had a chat with JB and speak candidly about what's really going on in the world. You can join them too. Have a rant or a rave. Be brave and head on over to www.speakfreewithjb.com now.
Jeremy Bradley here on the Scribble. You know, the cat's out of the bag on what we're talking about today. Again, like, isn't that, it's just another one. The cat's out of the bag. What does that eat? Like, really? Who? Like, okay. And it's weird because it also, and again, if you don't know, it just means like the secret's out, right? Like the word is out. Even that, like, so the words that we're saying and then what it actually means have no connection at all. And I was going to use the word whatsoever. And even when you break down that's a 3-word word, right? It's not a compound word. That's a 3-word word. I guess it's the same thing. Whatsoever. Break that down, though. The words what, so, and ever. Or nevertheless. Never, the, less. Those are 3 words that, like, never and then less. Like, they don't even go together. They don't even connect. But for some reason, we've joined them all. Nevertheless, whatsoever. And again, we just use them because that's kind of, we just know how to use them. And it's really strange. So this is why I enjoy having somebody in my life whose first language is not English, save for that having to explain everything, because he hasn't picked up these stupid little things that that us English folk say. Even though he's been exposed to it for how long, that he's been in North America, he just doesn't use them because that's not something that he was raised on or grew up with. And I love it. I love it. I love it. Everything happens for a reason. No fucking way it does. No, der. The light just went on. Oh, you know what happened? Was I flicked this little switch. Everything happens for a reason. But we use that term, right, to either bring comfort or, right, when something bad happens to you. I was saying in the last segment, right? Well, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. Maybe you didn't get the job, right? You were applying for a job. You didn't get the job. Well, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. Or you were dumped. Well, everything happens for a reason. I like the example that I gave earlier. Got hit by a car. Well, everything happens for a reason. And let's shift gears, though, to the whole... I talked about this on the show. I don't even know how long. It was months ago now at this point, but let me just say it again because it's just... The people who have these big motivational and inspirational quotes on their walls in their living room... when I go to the home stores, the ones, right, that have like the decor and the wall pieces and the stupid shit that you buy for your bookshelf that you look at that and go, what is it? Is that a vase? Is that a bowl? Is it a, like, I don't know what it is, some kind of weird shaped ornament. One of those stores. And you always see the family is everything. Make today the greatest day. Not that I'm a negative person. Let me just be very clear. And if you ask anybody in my life, is Jeremy a negative person? They will go and say he's probably one of the energetic and most optimistic. I'm always, ask my team. I'm sending them text messages, every day, all day, just to make them laugh with, silly, stupid things. I'm not the gloom and doom person, just because there's nothing in my life that would make me be that way. I don't have kids, so there's no kids that are making me miserable. That's the biggie that I know for a lot of people. It seems like everybody always talks about how wonderful parenting is. Everybody just loves it. Oh, being a mother is the most wonderful thing. And then I look at you, go, you look so worn down. You look so, you've got this edge now. You've got this. It doesn't seem like you're having fun. It doesn't seem like it. No, it doesn't. Really doesn't. So no, I'm not a negative person, but I just look at those things and kind of go, again, these are just empty. Not the word platitudes. I don't know just the slogans or these sayings or these inspirational. Like, does it really mean anything? Does it actually? When you look at that and go, I am going to make today the best day possible. I'm going to make the most of today. Do people really do that shit? Really? I don't think so. I really don't think so. So the other one that I laugh about, because I have a cousin who's totally, the odd time that I go onto Facebook, I think because, correct me if I'm wrong here, that social media, because I've clicked on her page or her posts, Facebook will now show me that more often then, right? Is that how it works? Because it thinks that I'm interested in her life, so now it's going to show me her post at the top, or frequently anyway. So that's what happens. So the odd time when I do open Facebook, and then she'll pop up right at the top of the page. And so I go just because I like to have a laugh, because she is one of those people who they're telling me to, okay, I'll talk about the next segment. Oh, look at that. It's a cliffhanger, everybody. It's a tease. I'm not going to tell you until the next segment, which is right after this on the Scribble.
Who are the Kardashians feuding with now? What did that little thug Justin Bieber do this time? Who's getting hitched? And who's headed for Splitsville? Hear the latest celebrity news and gossip every day on Entertainment Wrap-Up. The good, the bad, the ugly, but mostly the ridiculously hilarious. It's all recapped in this daily segment at entertainmentwrapup.com. Have a laugh at the expense of the rich and famous when they take themselves way too seriously. It's 3 minutes of time-wasting fun at entertainmentwrapup.com. Check out Entertainment Wrap-Up at entertainmentwrapup.com. Brought to you by Speak Free Books.
Jeremy Bradley here, back on the Scribble. Did you manifest this segment? Did you manifest enjoying the Scribble this week? Did you manifest it? Did you just think to a higher power? Did you That's the word we're talking about in this segment. So I was describing my cousin who, she reposts all of this garbage on Facebook about, manifesting love and wealth and fortune, and she's just manifesting it, and she's been doing this for years. And so I kind of want to go back to her 2024 posts and just message her, be like, so when you were manifesting wealth in 2024, and you were saying that it was coming for in 25, like, did that ever happen? Or because it's 26 now, and I see that you're still kind of you're manifesting for it now, so it didn't come true. Like, did you not manifest hard enough? Is that what it was? Maybe you weren't manifesting enough, or as frequently as you should be. Is that, again, it's one of those things where you're just kind of like, what the fuck does it even mean? What does it mean? What does it mean, manifest? I manifested. I'm manifesting. I'm manifesting. You're manifestering is what you're doing. You're festering because you're caught up in this. What was that book called? My brother was totally into that. Probably about maybe 20 years ago. That you think positively and just all this bullcrap. The Secret? Is that what you said? The Secret. Yeah. And my brother came back to me after reading it. And he's not a reader, which is also kind of weird that he checked out the book. But I just remember it was like this epiphany that he had after reading it. And I thought, okay, so the dude who wrote it, I can't remember the name, but anyway, you got stinking rich, because I think Oprah talked about it, and it was just this big deal. And the whole idea of it, from what I recall, and I could be wrong, but the thing that stuck out at me when I heard it, when it was on the news, was, you're thinking positively. Yep. The secret is to think positively, everybody. Just think about that. Just close your eyes. Think positively. Today is going to be a good day. Today is going to be a super great, fantastic day. Today is going to be like, I don't get it. It's such a weird, is it a cult? Is it a brainwash thing? Like, are we supposed to just now, talk like we're robots? Today will be a good day. Today will be, we have to start chanting now? Is that what we have to do? Because maybe I don't, here's what, let me be honest. Maybe I don't wake up properly. Is that maybe what it is? I don't wake up and just start chanting, and I need a pep rally, and I'm gonna, just rally everybody. What is not happening in my life that seems to be happening everywhere else? I'm not manifesting. I don't know. It's such a weird thing that people get caught up in. I mean, again, believe what you want to believe. That's fine. Convince yourself. I remember during Corona, the people might actually still have it in their front window. So when I walk my dogs, if we go to the front street and we hang a left, 3 or 4 houses down, during the pandemic, they had signs in their front window, thank you nurses, whatever, and that's fine. I get that, right? But then it was something about, they still have one that says don't forget to pray, but they had, it was something like, pray the pandemic away, or pray, something to that effect, basically saying if we all just pray, this disease will stop. And I look at that and go, if it were that easy, let's just dial this back a little bit, okay? Let's just dial it back. Dial it back here. Okay, so how long has cancer been around? Let's start with that one. I know it for at least 44 years because my aunt died of breast cancer. She died just months before I was born. So how many years have people been praying in that 44 years? I think maybe 44 years they've been praying. So all that time, people have not forgotten to pray. They haven't. But prayer has not cured cancer, people. Let's just be real here. It hasn't. Didn't end the pandemic. Didn't. So again, I'm not shitting on your faith. I mean, but I wonder about why people get so hung up just in their head about, manifesting and this and that and whatever. And I just think, that's just not, I don't know. I guess I've never gone through life doing anything like that, and I've been okay. So I guess maybe that's where I don't know. It kind of makes me feel like I'm not, I haven't jumped on the bandwagon, the trendy bandwagon of, these weird phrases and philosophies and lifestyles. I don't know. Here's what happens. Okay. This is truly, I will lay out my day for you. Okay. So my husband, I told you, I've said this on the show many times. I retired 5 years ago when our syndicated radio show ended. I still own businesses. I do this show just for shits and giggles, really, honestly. So I don't have to work. I don't go into our office, 4 days a week, our team works. We generally wake up at about noon every day. My husband and I, we wake up at about noon. I go into the bathtub for about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. He goes to the gym. He's a fitness model, so he works out. He does his thing. He's got his music blasting. I'm in the tub doing, emails and whatever. We reconvene after the 2 hours. Then we will walk the dogs, or we'll go for lunch, and then we, spend the afternoon together. If it's a day where we're taping, I still host our syndicated entertainment show, so I'm an entertainment host. So it's a 3-minute show, so it's not like they email it to me. I record it either from home or here in the studio. So I don't have an 8-hour workday. I don't have, we generally don't necessarily cook a lot. So we dine out, we go out to restaurants. We have a lot of money, so that's fine. That's not my point though. What I'm saying though is, we don't have negativity in our day. There's no drama. There's no chaos. As I said, we don't have kids, so we're not worried about, homework getting done or the school calling us or detention or boyfriends and girlfriends and bullying and cell phone addiction and all that other shit. So, I mean, that's not an issue in our lives. We have a very small social circle. So, and we're also, we're in our 40s. So we're not from that generation where it's like, we're trash talking friends and gossiping and having, because we're grown-ups, we're adults. So we go through the day just kind of in our own bubble. We're not, we don't really have relationships with our neighbors, which again is fine. And we're also in a very rich neighborhood. So our neighbors aren't, kind of like right on our asses. We have big yards. So you might, you see them and you say hi, but I know that the guy's name is Mike and his wife is Louise. I don't really know anything about them. I don't know their daughter's name. Whatever. And that's fine, right? So they mind their business. We mind ours. We do our thing. We go for dinner. We'll go shopping. We come home. We watch TV. We travel, and that's it. Like there's just nothing, right? So that's my point, is that we don't have all this. I don't need to wake up and go, oh, it's going to be a good day today. Please no bad stuff today. Because why get hung up on that? Like, it's such a distraction. Now, maybe you do that to distract from your shitty ass life. Okay, fine. But does that really make anything better? Does it actually, just thinking? Because again, I could go and say, I'm not going to get hit by a car today. I'm not going to get hit by a car today. That doesn't make it so. I don't know. It's just strange to me. I'm not shitting on the idea of being optimistic. What I'm saying is, I guess I'm shitting on the idea of getting caught up that there's this because of this, and that happened because of that, and this. Everything happens for a reason. Or the whole karma thing. Again, people like, well, I believe in karma. Well, okay. But everything happens for a reason. And another one is where people will go and say, oh, they're wrapping me up again. All right, one more break, and then I'm going to do the whole blessed thing. Feeling blessed on the Scribble right after this.
It's never too early to start thinking about your next holiday. Have you checked out Mexico recently? From tequila tasting, swimming with horses, to ziplining through the jungle and watching whales and dolphins in their natural habitat, Puerto Vallarta has it all. Visit mexico.jbonair.com to see all the fun PV has to offer. That's at mexico.jbonair.com for hundreds of photos, interviews, and videos from around the tourist hotspot. Check out mexico.jbonair.com for all the fun. That's mexico.jbonair.com.
We hear you chirping. Get scribbling. Tweet up the Scribble at The Scribble Show. Join the discussion with Jeremy Bradley. It's all going down right now on Twitter at The Scribble Show and at thescribbleshow.com.
Jeremy Bradley here, back on The Scribble. One of the things that I encountered when we were in the South, we were taping travel shows for our syndicated radio program in, oh my God, where was it? It was where where I fed the tigers and at the zoo. Oh my God, I don't remember where it was. Lafayette, Louisiana. Thank you very much, Bonnie Winters, who was there with me. We were sweltering. It was sweltering. We were there in, was it May of whatever year it was, but I think it was May. It wasn't even quite summer yet. And I remember my phone was constantly shutting down because it was overheating. So we were at Lafayette, Louisiana. And I liked it because they had a popcorn machine in the lobby and they had drinks. But anyway, and they were very nice people. But one of the things that I heard, probably at least 10 or 15 times a day, and again, I realize these people are meaning it as a nice, a well wish. Have a blessed day. And again, that's another one of those, it's like a have a nice day kind of a thing. But again, like, what does that really mean? Have a blessed day. What does it mean? I don't get it. So that's why when I hear people talk about how I'm so blessed, I don't get what that means. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, by what? Blessed by what? By whom? By what? Like, it's a weird thing. Oh, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed that I've had whatever, success in my life, or riches, or good health, or just anything. I'm so blessed. It's a word or a phrase that we say that just really is nothing. It doesn't even, like, what does it even mean? Like, why do we use these things? So I want you, that's what I'm going to challenge you, is think about these different, words and phrases and platitudes, I guess. Oh, during the Melania Trump documentary, that was another one where I remember, we got to wrap up. Oh shit. Okay, let me just do this one. So going back whenever it came out, it was, I think, in January, right? So I, as an entertainment host, was tasked, because it was going to be this big funny thing, right? This is going to be a terrible document. People are going to go there to laugh because, tickets hadn't sold. And again, who gives a shit about Melania's life in the 20 days leading up to the inauguration, whatever. So anyway, knowing that it was going to be an empty theater, because we looked at the seating map beforehand, I went to the very first screening that morning that it was released. It was a Friday, I believe, which again is kind of weird because movies don't come out on a Friday usually. So I'm watching this, and I had did I take my computer? I remember I was typing. Was I on my computer? What was I typing on? I did. I took my laptop. It's kind of cool though when you think about it, to have the entire theater to yourself, right? Like that's pretty cool. So anyway, so I go it was 50 some seat theater. That's fine. Okay, so I plot myself right in the middle. And I've got, my feet up on the other seat, or sorry, they were recliners. And then I had my laptop. And so I was listening more than I was actually watching the screen. I mean, there were times when I was watching it, but she had all of these weird, again, just empty phrases, just these sayings that they sound really smart, but they're not saying anything. You've heard people do that, right? The salespeople do that. You hear that all the time, right? Or executives when they're meeting with the peons and the lower level staff member, in those departments, and you get these big grandiose, tremendous statements and whatever, and to make it sound really good. And if you're a journalist like me and you kind of break it down, you're like, it's not really saying anything, is it? No, you're not really. You just give me a whole bunch of words that sound big. But that's also why I don't really like when, you watch, TV news. I see it a lot when I'm reading. When you're reading something in the business page or something where you should be writing conversationally. Now, again, when I was taking journalism back then, you write for your audience, right? So if it's more of a professional audience, you use more professional words. If it's a everyday audience that's, reading at home or something, that's different. If it's an industry, you use their jargon and their lingo. I get it. But what I'm saying is, in today's world, though, when we've dumbed down the language so much that it's texting lingo, that I think you need to kind of dumb down when you write in general, is kind of where I'm going with that. So that's another one where I just look at it and go, if there's too many big words at the start of an introduction or just throughout, I lose interest because I'm distracted by that. Not because I don't understand it, but because I can tell that that's somebody who's trying to use big words to sound smart. You have to remember, I've been an editor, a professional editor, for over 20 years. So I've worked with dozens of freelance writers when I was the managing editor at a publishing company. So I've seen every kind of way of writing. I've worked with our team of writers and producers for long enough that I've known Bonnie for over 20 years. I can pick a random article or column or something and go, Bonnie wrote that one. Because you pick up on things like that. If you've worked with, and you're an editor, you've got that eye, you kind of know how she writes, what she, the style that she has. I can know Bonnie's writing, just without even seeing her name on it. And so when I read an article or whatever it is, a column, an article, a post, whatever you want to call it, just when you're throwing too many big, educated kind of flashy words, $10 words, I think you call them, right? That you lose me. Because it's not plain enough. It's not, you wouldn't speak that way, right? Like you wouldn't be throwing in all of these big words when you're trying to explain yourself to somebody sitting across, at the lunch table or whatever, wherever you are. And so when people do that in writing, it's very, or in print, whatever, in writing, it's I don't know, it loses me. I don't like it. So anyway, so tell me, give me some of the phrases and just kind of the weird things in the English language that you don't get and you don't understand. Cat's out of the bag, heart on his sleeve. It is what it is the other one that I absolutely hate. Again, it means nothing. It means nothing. It is what it is. Duh. What would be the opposite of that? It isn't what it isn't? Or it is what it isn't? It isn't what it is? But we hear that all the time. It drives me insane. Well, it is what it is. This means nothing. Just, and it's one of those things that maybe you even just throw it out as a response, right? Because there's kind of really nothing else to say. That's generally when you hear it, right? Somebody's complaining about something, typically. And then the person, it is what it is. Maybe that's your way of shutting them down and go, you know what, shut up, nothing's going to change it. It is what it is, meaning just stop. So now this will be the third time I'm asking you. Send me an email, live, L-I-V-E at jbonair.com. Live at jbonair.com. Tell me some of these weird, phrases and slogans and catchphrases and buzzwords, and don't get me started about love languages. I did a deep dive on that one a couple months ago on the show, love languages. I'd never even heard of that until I watched The Bachelor. I saw it's trendy buzzwords with like a side of expectation and desperation, neediness and a side of desperation. From what I gather, it's basically you saying what you need from somebody. I need gifts. I need this and that. It's like, fuck off. Do it yourself. That's really what it is, right? That's basically you're just telling somebody, I need this from you. I need this. This is how I don't know. It's weird to me. I couldn't even name all of them. I don't even know them because when somebody had asked me about that the first time, it's funny because I didn't know what it meant, and then somebody asked my husband, and he said Portuguese. This is. And I just said, I'm like, it sounds like it's a single person thing. Truly, if I went and asked my married, my brothers are married, obviously my parents are married. If I went and asked one of them, hey Trevor, what's your love language? What would your wife Jen say is your love language? Hey Jen, what's your love language? She'd probably look at me and be like, what is that? So I think anybody who's been in a relationship before that trend started, right? So my brothers have been married, I don't even know. Well, my nephews are 8, so I'd say almost 20 years, I guess my brothers have been married. 10 years for me. And, I just, people who've been in a long-term relationship. Lisa's been married. I was going to say Lisa. My husband's assistant, Lisa, she's been married 20 years to her husband, Danny, but she watches The Bachelor. So she could probably name the love languages because she's into that show. I'm not saying love languages is on The Bachelor, but or it's not, whatever. I'm fizzling out here because I'm just, you know what? It is what it is, okay? I can't get it out. It is what it is. I didn't manifest a good show. And I wear my heart on my sleeve, so I'm just going to be honest with you. The cat's out of the bag. I did not rehearse for this show today. And on that note, we call it a day, everybody. My name is Jeremy Bradley. This is The Scribble. I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye for now.
Want more Scribble? Check out thescribbleshow.com for past shows, celebrity interviews, cheapskate tips, and more. That's at thescribbleshow.com and on Twitter at The Scribble Show. The Scribble is a speak-free media presentation.